So let us see where we were. Okay, so quickly.
All about chapter.
Okay, first chapter introductory part, types of forces we have seen. So let us see where we were. Dynamics, statics, dynamics, types of dynamics we have seen. So quickly revision. So what we have seen with this. So with the beginning of what is mechanics, with that we have started, correct? So this one chart is also we have seen how mechanics is classified. So a simple chart is there how we have discussed this one. Static dynamics, basic concepts. This terminology is well known to you. Okay, so already we have discussed what is meant by body, types of body, etc. Okay, so it's always better to have a revision in last lecture what we have seen. So that's why I am quickly going through it. Displacement, velocity, etc. So basic terminology in that we have seen which are the scalar quantity, which are the vector quantity. So here list was also we have discussed each and every term we have discussed in last lecture. What is it? Then force, most important parameter from our subject that we have seen, and what it should include. Okay, that also we have seen. Mechanics. So example we have discussed in last lecture. If a simple car, or we can say a car is moving on the road, we can't see any forces, but number of forces are coming into picture, so that it is given by the different color. So weight of the car, reaction forces offered at the end of car wheels, driving force, the force which is applied by the engine car, friction, air resistance. Likewise, forces are going to be come into picture. So without force, there is nothing. There is no mechanics in short. Types of different forces: concurrent, non-concurrent, collinear forces. One of the activity you are knowing very well, tug of war. That forces are collinear forces, correct? Collinear forces. All the line of action of forces will pass through single line. That is collinear forces. Non-coplanar forces. So I have given one of the example of non-coplanar forces. Anybody is remembering? Non-coplanar forces. Line of action of forces is not lying in single plane or one plane. It is called as non-coplanar forces. Example? Anybody's
Tripod.
Tripod.
very good. Tripod. We have seen example of tripod. Here also on the diagram also there is one example like this. So a JCB is pulled with the help of 3 ropes. Okay, so that 3 ropes, whatever force will be offered at the end of that three ropes, it will not be in single plane. So it is an example that also will become an example of that. Okay, further, prerequisite means basics to study this subject, and in that subject again to study the first chapter, what basics are required? It is just in front of you. Okay, scalar quantity, vector quantity, Newton's law of motion, law of conservation of momentum, Newton's law. All these terminology is well known to you. Whatever terms are there, all are unknown to you. All are known to you. You have studied in your 12th, maybe in 11th class or 12th class. All this terminology. It is just a prerequisite. Prerequisite means basics. Basics of this subject. To study this subject thoroughly, we require knowledge of this. Okay, so that's why it is called as prerequisite or basic. Newton's first law, what we define with the help of Newton's first law, or it is related to which parameter in physics?
Inertia.
Inertia.
So before going to the statement, I have asked a directly question. So in multiple choice question, it may be asked. So it is related to inertia parameter. Inertia means what? Inertia. What is inertia? What is inertia? Inertia means what? Have you heard this term? You might have heard definitely in your physics, earlier physics, maybe 11th, 12th, anyway. What is inertia? Be responsive. Whatever it will come in your mind, tell the definition of inertia. What it is there in your mind? You can tell, huh? Not a single. Inertia means what actually? You are not able to tell what is inertia?
जडत्व.
Okay. Okay, it is in Marathi meaning. But what it is?
Unchanged.
Huh?
Remains unchanged.
Remains unchanged. Very good. Remains unchanged. But in terms of suppose in specific format, if you will tell, but it is a 10 minute body to remain in tendency of body, it is a tendency of the body to remain its own state. Can I tell like this? What? Huh? What is inertia? Inertia is nothing but a tendency of a body to remain its own state. Suppose body is at rest, body want to be in rest position only. म्हणजे एखादी बॉडी जर रेस्ट असेल तर त्या बॉडीला रेस्ट मध्येच राहू वाटतं. Or in the other hand, if body is in motion, that body want to be continue in that motion. It is inertia. When up to this it is possible? Up to where? कुठपर्यंत शक्य आहे? Up to where it is possible unless and until it is affected by what? Unless and until it is acted upon by what?
External force.
External force.
Unless and until it is affected by some external force. But what will be that external force? Unbalanced. Otherwise, what will happen? We have seen example for a particular body, two equal and opposite forces. Equal, I am saying. Whether unbalance will happen? Whether unbalance will happen? If unequal forces are applied to a body on both sides, suppose, whether unbalance will happen? Definitely not. Okay, that's why. So first statement, everybody continue in its state of rest or motion, uniform motion. So this statement you have already learned. It is just a revision. Here examples we have discussed. If a football is at a stationary position and once we are going to kick it, it will move some other place. Okay, so that example, first law of motion. Second law, this we are going to see in dynamics. The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to applied force, and the change takes place in the direction of applied force, which defines the force F is equal to m into a. What is a here? What is a?
Acceleration.
So again, example, Newton's second law. If the same force is applied upon an object with a greater mass, it will accelerate slowly. So here example, it is shown by the picture. It is just a basic. It is not actual part of the syllabus. If more the mass, less will be the acceleration, or less will be the speed, we can say. It is mentioned by yellow diagram. More mass is kept into the that object so that it will move slowly. Same example is here also by shown. We have a picture. Newton's third law of motion. What is that? Third law of motion. Statement is in front of you. What is that?
To every action, there is
an
equal and
reaction.
opposite reaction.
To every action, very simple. To every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. This statement is most important at the time of solving the problems related to dynamics. This statement, this third law is most important in dynamics. So whenever there is a certain force, there will be equal and opposite force. You just remember this statement. So examples we have seen on that day, we have discussed also. So you can see these examples. Law of conservation of momentum. The total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision. What is momentum? What we
The
have seen?
product of mass and velocity
Product
is
mass.
momentum.
Product of mass and velocity. By which notation we are showing initial velocity and by which notation we are showing final velocity? Initial velocity by
U
initial velocity by u
and final velocity by V.
Final velocity by v. So that's why initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Same examples are given. Now we came up to this, if I'm not wrong. So up to this we came. So how many equations of motions are there?
3.
So those students who are having certain unwanted background voice, so I will request them to don't unmute yourself. Okay, those who are having some unavoidable voice in your background, don't unmute yourself. Don't give answer. You just listen the lecture carefully. But those who are sitting in ideal position on first lecture itself, we have discussed it. While attending lecture, we should be in isolated place where there is no external disturbance. So those who are seated in isolated place, they can only unmute because here a lot of voice is coming. So I am unable to. It is becoming irritating. You know better meaning of irritating. So here irritations are happening. So don't worry. Those who are sitting in isolation, only they can give answers. So how many equations of motions we have seen? How many are there?
3.
3.
Three are
3.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so which is first equation of motion?
V is equal to U plus AT.
Is equals to U plus A.
V is equal to U plus AT. Second equation is U plus UT plus 1 half.
AT square.
V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. What we can find with the equation number 1? Which things will be given and what we can find with the number 1?
Final velocity at every time.
Final velocity at any instant.
Very good. That I was expecting actually. Final velocity, because V is the final velocity, U is the initial velocity, A is acceleration, and T is time. So final velocity of object, but at any instant of time. Because in that equation, what is there in that equation? What is there in that? Time. This time will help us to find final velocity or velocity at any instant of time. Okay, second equation, there is no question. So what does it mean by S? S for displacement.
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 Find displacement. So you can write here what purpose it is given, for what purpose it is there. This equation, for what purpose it is there. So you may feel. So I have asked down that question in both equation number 1 and 3. It include V. So what is the difference between these two? So first one is we can find velocity, final velocity or velocity of the object at any instant of time. And this, by the third equation, we can find final velocity of the object or body. Okay, when we are knowing initial velocity and displacement. So to find the final velocity of the object, what things we should know? In third equation, this one is one initial velocity and this one is another. So acceleration
Displacement.
Acceleration due to gravity, there is no question. So that's value is already unknown to us. Up to here we came in last lecture. So let us see what is next. Units of physical quantity as a part of syllabus. It is very simple. Unit is a standard of measurement of physical quantity. Okay, so this one is also basic, very basic. What are the units? Units, length, mass, time. These are fundamental or basic physical quantity. Okay, these are basic. Units of this means length will be measured in meter, then mass will be measured in kilogram, time will be there in seconds. It is called basic units. It is called the basic units. You can note down in your notebook, you can take screenshot. So that after you can write. So basic units, which are the basic units? Likewise, it may come for your exam. Which of the following is basic unit? So which are the three are the basic unit? One is mass.
Length, mass, time.
Length, mass, time.
These are quantities. These are units. Length, mass, and time. These are physical quantities. Basic.
Meter, kilogram,
Second.
Yes. What I have asked a question. Which of the following is basic unit? So either you might have said meter, kilogram, or second. Likewise. So simple. Unit of length is mass. Unit of length is meter, unit of mass is kilogram, unit of time is second. So these are basic or fundamental physical quantities and their units. Okay, these units do not depend upon any other units. That's what is called as basic or fundamental units. These units are not depend upon further. That's why it is called as what it is called as
fundamental unit.
Fundamental units.
Fundamental or
Basic.
Basic.
then derived. This term is also known. Derived means what? When units of physical quantity are obtained from basic units, these are called as derived unit. For example, velocity. What is the unit of velocity?
Meter per second.
Derived. It is derived from the basic or fundamental units. That's why it is called as derived units. Okay, so any other example? Can we give any other example? Derived unit?
Acceleration, meter per second square.
Very good. Acceleration. Again. Force. What is unit of force?
Newton.
Newton. So how it is derived? So somebody has given example Newton N. How it is derived from the basic then? How it is derived? Weight. What is the difference between mass and weight? Whether these terms are same or different? Mass.
Different.
What is different?
Different.
Different.
Different. What is different?
Sir, weight is the force applied on the body is weight.
And what is mass?
Sir, mass is the volume occupied by your body. Is
Volume occupied?
Mass cannot be changed at any situation, but weight will be changed on the gravitation.
Very good. On the gravitation, because it is nothing but a force. Weight is we can say it is a force, but mass is it is in kilogram. It is as simple as this. Okay. So we will think many more questions may come in your mind. So meanwhile, just remember for our this basic and fundamental units. Meter, kilogram, and second. These are basic or fundamental units, and remaining are derived units. Remaining are derived units. It is simple. Have you noted down this? Have you noted down this? Are you writing or are you taking screenshot? What is your
Writing.
writing?
Screenshot.
Okay, those who are writing, try to write it faster. And once you will complete the writing, you can tell me it is over, so that I will proceed. Once problems will start, we will solve it together. But meanwhile, as if theory part is going on, so you may take a little more time to write. But those who are taking screenshot, that screenshot should not remain in your mobile only. It should come into in your notebook. That care you have to take. Shall we go further? Next slide. Shall we go next? So just a basic part is going on. Shall we go next?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Siddhalinga 14. Roll number 14. 15. Akash.
yes, sir.
Are you writing in your notebook?
Screenshot.
Okay, it should not remain in your mobile. Further lectures, I am going to ask you to start a camera and show your notebook. That you should keep in your mind.
Okay.
After few lectures, I am going to start that practice. You have to start your camera and you have to show your notebook. What you have written, where you have solved the problems. So that care you have to take. You can take your own time to write the things. First, next one is SI unit or international system of units. User word worldwide. Okay, basic SI units are we have seen just before. So MKS and CGS. Are you knowing about this? MKS unit system and CGS unit system, which are
Yes.
it may be over.
Yes, sir.
Maybe over. Okay, so obtain derived units in terms of basic units. So velocity. So somebody just give an example of acceleration, which is a derived. Its unit will be derived type. Okay, velocity, acceleration, momentum, force, weight. These are the derived units. So in your multiple choice question exam, it may be asked which of the following is a derived unit. 3 will be given as a basic unit or fundamental unit, and 4th will be some other is derived units out of that, or it may be asked something like this. Which of the following is basic or fundamental unit? So 3 will be given derived unit and 1 will be given basic or fundamental. In that way, it may be asked. So it is as it is very basic, you can remember it. So to remember this, you remember just meter, kilogram, and second. These are only fundamental or basic. Remaining are derived. So there is no confusion. Okay, shall we go next? So whatever it will ask further to meter, kilogram, and second, it will be which type of unit? Apart from meter, kilogram, and second, what will be the unit of that type? Derived or fundamental?
Derived. Derived.
It will be derived. Next. Types of forces, just we have seen. Types of forces, just we have seen. What is that? Coplanar and non-coplanar. Can anybody tell what is coplanar and non-coplanar forces? We have discussed with the beginning in first lecture itself. What is coplanar forces? To whom we should call it as a coplanar forces?
Whose line of action lies in a single plane.
Lies in a single plane.
If the line of action of all the forces will lies in single plane, it is called as coplanar forces. What is non-coplanar forces? If line
The
of
line of action is in
Of action.
cannot line in a same plane.
cannot lie, then what is collinear force? Collinear force?
A line of action lies on a
Huh?
same
Line-
plane.
Same plane, then it is coplanar.
The
Same
line- the line of-
same line.
In a single line.
In a single line or same line. Single or same line. If line of action of all the forces lies in single line, then it is called as collinear forces. Further, it is or it is called as parallel, like parallel and like unparalleled. That is one type. We will see what is that. Further, concurrent and non-concurrent. What is concurrent forces?
Line of action
Line of
The line
passes
action
of action of
Force
forces
which
passing
meet
from a
at
single
one
point.
point.
Line of action of forces will pass through a single point. It is called as concurrent forces, and line of action of forces will not pass. It will not pass through a single point. That word is very important. A single point. If line of action of forces will pass through single point, then it is called as. Then it is called as what? Then it is called what?
Concurrent.
Concurrent.
That point. This point is most important. Single point, and here not passing through. What? Not passing through what?
Single point.
Single point.
Single point.
Okay, so that also you have to remember. We will see that. Next one. Force. It has a four characteristics. So hereafter, whenever a force word will come into picture or force parameter will come into picture. So this one is most important again. So once force will come into picture, which things we have to see for that particular force? So these are the following four things which are important related to force. Which are they? Which four things are important?
Magnitude,
Magnitude, point of application, line of
direction.
action, direction and direction.
Point of application, where it is applied. Okay, where it is applied, line of action, from where that force is passing. Okay, and third one is direction. These 4 points are very important whenever we are going to consider any force. Okay, so magnitude, it can be denoted in kgf or Newton. It may be in Newton. It may be in Newton or kgf, something like this. Okay, so whenever there is a force, we have to remember following 4 points. First one is magnitude, another one is point of application, then line of action and direction. So it will indicate, so that we will see which force we have to consider positive, which force we have to consider negative, that we will see. But meanwhile, you remember direction of force, applied force is most important. Whatever force is applied, it is also important. Line of action of force, how we are indicating line of action of force? The arrowhead placed here, it is written, arrowhead placed on that, on the line representing the direction, representing the direction of force, means whatever that, suppose there is a force, maybe something like this, maybe here it is force of, maybe suppose 10 kilonewton, force of 10 kilonewton. So whatever this arrowhead is there, so you can increase this arrowhead in this way, something like this. Even you can increase like this. So that is line of action. And point of application, where it is applied. For example, suppose there is object. Suppose there is object something like this, and here it is, force is applied at this point. In that point of application, magnitude. So for this force, how much is magnitude? 10 kilonewton. Magnitude is most important. How much it is? Where it is? Magnitude means how much force is applied. Point of application means where it is applied. Line of action, from where it is passing, and direction, arrowhead is most important. So I have noted these 4 points related to characteristics of force, or which things we should need to describe a particular force. Have you noted down these 4 characteristics?
Yes.
Further.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Classification of force. Also, you can note down this classification. Force system, coplanar and non-coplanar. Coplanar and non-coplanar. Are you remembering which type of force system which are going to remember? What is system? force system. Why it is called a force system? Well, system. Why it is called a system? Is it possible for you to give answer for this system? System means what you understood by system. Huh? Why it is called system? So whatever it will come in your mind, you can tell. Don't worry. Let it be wrong or correct. Wrong or right. Huh? Why it may be called as? Why it is not called as classification of force? It is called as force system. Why it is so? Why it is not called classification of force? It is called as classification of force system. And system commonly because what do you feel? Why it is so?
Several forces.
Very good. 100% correct. Because there is no single force. Because there are several forces or number of forces will be acting on the body. Means whatever we are going to study, in which there will be a number of forces. That's why it is called as force system. Whoever has given answer, thank you very much, and it is 100% correct. Because there will be a number of forces will be acting on a body. That's why it is called as force system. So very you can see here. So basically, this force system is divided into coplanar force system and non-coplanar force system. So in one of the lecture, I have told which type of force system we are going to study in our subject. Coplanar or non-coplanar?
Coplanar.
Coplanar.
We are going to study coplanar force system. So non-coplanar, it is very difficult. Or we can say it is very difficult to understand. It is very difficult to analyze always as well. Why? Because inclinations, line of actions are passing in space. Okay, etc. That's why. So if you see what is coplanar and non-coplanar. What is coplanar and non-coplanar? Coplanar force system, it is in 2D. We can say it is in 2D. All line of action will remain in 2D. Here, all the lines of actions of all the forces will go in 3D. That one is basic difference. These are at inclined. Suppose there is one page. So something like this. So this one is force again a little inclined to that another force in that way, an inclined forces. But here, whatever lines of action of forces are there, it will be in one single plane. And how many dimensions is having plane? Plane like किती dimensions असतात? What we have discussed in one of the lectures.
Two dimensions.
Two dimensions. Two dimensions. Okay. After that. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, voice is not audible.
सर कॉल वरती बोलायला.
Okay. Force system. Coplanar force, non-coplanar forces. Further, coplanar system. This you have to remember. First one is concurrent and non-concurrent. We have discussed all these things. Concurrent and non-concurrent. After that, collinear, collinear and non-collinear. Collinear, tug of war. Example of tug of war is given. Line of actions are passing through all this. Then parallel and non-parallel. Further, like and unlike parallel. Parallel. Suppose what is this parallel and non-parallel forces? Parallel and non-parallel. All the forces are acting on one of the surface which are parallel. For example, suppose you are sitting on a chair. How many legs the chair is having? Simple. Chair is having how much leg? How many?
4.
4. So
4.
whatever it may be your weight, it will be acting on a ground. Okay, through 4 legs. Okay, so that whatever weight is there, it is divided into 4 on 4 different legs of that chair. Okay, So whether that or whatever line of action of that forces along the chair legs, whatever line of action of all that forces, your weight, whether it will be parallel to each other. Parallel असेल का? What do you feel? Means you are there on a particular chair, so your weight will be acting on the ground through legs of the chair. So how many legs are there for the chair? 4. Okay, so whatever line of action of that forces will be there along the leg, whether that forces will be parallel to each other or it will not be parallel to each other.
Parallel.
Parallel to each other.
Parallel.
Okay, it will be parallel. Whether that system will be coplanar or non-coplanar then?
Non-coplanar.
Non-coplanar.
Non-coplanar. It will not be in one plane. Very good. Non-coplanar. Okay, so what is parallel? If forces are there in one plane and these are parallel, we will see next. If all the lines of action of forces are in one plane and it is parallel, something like this. Parallel. It is called as parallel force system. Parallel. And if this direction of all the forces is unique one or same one, then it is called as like. Then it is called as like parallel forces. Like and a like का मतलब होता? Same direction. Further it is that classification is here. Okay, same direction. That's why it is called as like parallel forces and unlike parallel forces. Means both are parallel, but if direction is different, unlike parallel. And if direction is same, like parallel. Likewise. You understood? To whom we should?
Yes, sir.
It is direction of all the forces is same or similar, like parallel. If it is dissimilar or opposite, unlike parallel. Likewise. So have you noted down this screen? This particular this?
Yes.
Okay. This one is also with the example and force system is type of force, its characteristic and example is shown here. So first one is collinear forces. So this one is also most important slide. So this may be a last slide related to force system. First column is indicating force system, second one is characteristic, and fourth one is example of it. Okay, so collinear forces, line of action of all the forces acting along the same line as we discussed. Example, what we have seen example of collinear forces, tug of war. The forces of rope on the forces on the rope in tug of war. Next, coplanar parallel forces means coplanar. What is coplanar? It should line of action should be in one plane. Parallel means what? Parallel. So whom we should call it as a parallel because lines of action of that forces should remain parallel to each other. That's why it is called as parallel. System of forces acting on a beam subjected to vertical load. It is called as coplanar parallel forces. So, are you knowing beam and column in case of building? दोन शब्द माहित आहेत का तुम्हाला building वरचे?
Yes.
Ha, sir.
What is the difference between column and beam? इथे लिहितो बघा. हे शब्द माहित आहेत का बघा? Are you knowing these two words related to building? Column and beam. Are you knowing? तो कशाला म्हणायचं column आणि कशाला म्हणायचं beam?
आडवे बीम असतात सर आणि उभे कॉलम.
हा.
Correct. So whatever vertical pillars we can say, whatever vertical pillars are there, these are columns or beam.
Column.
Column.
These are columns, and whatever you can see your what we can say slab. Okay, on which slab is put, it is beam. Means forces on a beam. All beams will be in one plane or different plane. If you imagine forces on a beam, beam वरचे जे forces असणार आहेत ते horizontal असणार, parallel to slab. Are you knowing your slab? If you imagine your home and slab, so whatever it is, it will be there. It will be parallel to slab. Means which will be coplanar, forces on beam or forces or column. Column वरचे forces coplanar असतील का beam वरचे असतील coplanar? What do you think? Which forces will be coplanar forces? Means it will remain in one plane, column or beam.
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 Very good.
Column.
Beam.
Beam.
Column or beam?
Column.
Column.
कॉलम कॉलमचे प्रोसेस एका प्लेन मध्ये राहतील जे व्हर्टिकल असतात ते इज इट पॉसिबल टू पास वन पेज म्हणजे त्यांच्या लाईन ऍक्शन मधून एक पेज पास होऊ शकतं समथिंग लाईक पेज नॉट एक्झॅक्टली पेज समथिंग लाईक पेज प्लेन वी विल से प्लेन थोडस बाजून जरा थोड्या लोकांचं कन्फ्युजन आहे कॉलम वरचे फोर्स व्हर्टिकली असतात व्हर्टिकली इफ यू इमॅजिन अ ग्राउंड ॲज अ प्लेन आपण ग्राउंड हा जर एक प्लेन इमॅजिन केला तर लाईन ऑफ ऍक्शन्स हाऊ विल बी द लाईन ऑफ ऍक्शन्स ऑफ फोर्स विच विल बी देअर ऑन द कॉलम कॉलमवरच्या फोर्सची लाईन ऑफ ऍक्शन आणि प्लेन ह्याच्यामध्ये काय रिलेशन असेल whether it will remain in plane or it will be perpendicular to plane
Perpendicular to plane.
means forces in column will not be a coplanar forces it is as simple as this forces in the column of the beam column of the building it will not be remain coplanar but forces on the beam it will remain in one plane it is coplanar थोडस इमेजिन करा so this it will be there in your basic civil engineering you will come to across this column beam etc forces so just information I have given this so now coplanar like parallel forces like parallel and unlike parallel what is difference like parallel and unlike parallel
If same direction, then like parallel.
like parallel and if it is different direction then
Unlike
Unlike parallel.
Parallel.
different we will use word opposite why we should use word opposite instead of different because these are parallel that's why instead of different we can use opposite direction in like parallel line of action of all the forces is same and in unlike parallel line of action of forces is different you know instead of different we will say opposite because these are parallel okay example if you remember you can see weight of the stationary train on the rail when the track is straight when track is straight that is coplanar like parallel forces coplanar like parallel forces then coplanar concurrent forces not necessary to describe line of action of all the forces pass through a single point and forces line in the same plane coplanar same plane concurrent so which things you have to remember
Pass through a single point.
these two words okay which are they coplanar same plane and this single point concurrent single point forces on a rod resting against a wall forces on a rod resting against the wall this what it is the example is given as imagine केलेला आहे there is one wall and a rod is resting against the wall बरोबर असं if you imagine a little if something like this if my hand palm you can say if it is a wall and this one is a rod so just it is kept like this okay, exactly so we should not think how it will remain like in that position etc only we have to remain if it is a wall I have to keep this as a rod number of rods are there something like this so whatever force will be there it will be coplanar concurrent forces next one is coplanar non-concurrent forces all forces do not meet at a point that's why it is non-concurrent but lie in a single plane coplanar okay then forces on a ladder resting against the wall when a person stands on a rung is one of the point which is not at its center of gravity what it is called coplanar non-concurrent forces coplanar how it is example is if you'll remember example okay if not okay so there is wall so here it is a vertical wall okay and here there is stair we can say something like this okay and person is there at this position so where will be its weight suppose here there is a person something like this okay something here it is a person so its weight will be acting here it will be here and at the center like this in this way it will remember okay if not coplanar and non-concurrent don't go in example you may get confused only a type of force and its description okay nobody will ask example so it will remember how it is because at this stage you may not be understanding that force resolution etc non-coplanar parallel forces. Non-coplanar, why we should call it as non-coplanar? Line of actions are not lying in single plane. That's why non-coplanar. Parallel, as the word is mentioned, parallel. It is as simple what? All the forces are parallel to each other, but not lying in same plane. Only this much is okay. So how question will be asked in your exam related to this table? This table is most important. Suppose this you will take this only this much where I have circled it. I have selected it. Okay. If how question will be asked? If all the forces are parallel to each other, line of action of all the forces is parallel to each other, but it is not lying in single plane, then what will be that force system? What will be your answer? Your answer will be like this. That what will be your answer in this non-coplanar parallel forces? How to judge it or how to identify? All the forces are parallel to each other. It means it is parallel force system, but not in same plane. Means non-coplanar. So likewise, you have to take. Okay, it is just a theoretical part, nothing. Non-coplanar concurrent forces. Non-coplanar line of action of forces not lying in single plane. Concurrent line of action of all the forces passing through single point. Is the example of a tripod. Is the example of tripod carrying a camera. Are you able to imagine this example? Non-coplanar concurrent forces. Can anybody explain this now? This one is a little famous example, a tripod carrying a camera. Anybody want to explain the example, this non-coplanar concurrent forces? Anybody? Why we should call it as a non-coplanar and why we should call it as a concurrent forces? Means forces of leg of the tripod. Just like an example below the chair. So just now I have given an example of chair. Okay, so whatever force is passing through the leg of chair. So similarly, whatever force will be there, which is passing through the leg of tripod, in that way. Anybody will give example? Anybody will give explanation about this? Explanation do shakta hai ka kon? How it is non-coplanar? Huh? Anybody want to give explanation? Am I audible? Sakshi. You want to give Sakshi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it possible for you to give explanation how a force in tripod leg is non-coplanar but concurrent?
Three legs of tripod, not in same plane,
Very good. Huh?
but passing through a single point.
Very good. Exactly. 100%. And whatever force, now you have told force only. Leg is nothing but leg force. That force will pass through leg only itself. So that one is 100% correct. Thank you. So it is very simple. Whatever legs of tripods are there, these are not in single plane. That's why it is non-coplanar. But all the three legs of tripod are meeting at a one point, single point. That's why it is a concurrent. Very good. So I hope you are understanding. And last one is non-coplanar, non-concurrent forces. Non-coplanar, not lying in single plane. Non-concurrent, not passing through single point. Neither it is in single plane, neither it is passing through single point. That's all. That is called as non-coplanar, non-concurrent forces. All forces do not lie in same plane, non-coplanar, and line of action of that do not pass through a single point, non-concurrent. Okay, so forces acting on moving bus. Any other example? Neither they are lying in single plane, neither it is passing in single point. Any other example? Example practically, which will be easy to understand for all. Let us see your imagination or your understanding. Any example? Anybody want to give any example of this non-coplanar, non-concurrent? Huh? Huh? Anybody either say yes or no? Or in next lecture, whether you are going to tell by doing some study?
Yes, sir.
Maybe, somebody want to try at least. Let us see whether it is possible for you to tell. Non-coplanar, that line of action of force should not lie in single plane. Also, that line of action of forces should not pass through single point. कोण सांगते example याचं? Is it possible for someone to tell the example? Try the correct. Let somebody has to try. No, let it be wrong or correct.
Sir, fan.
Ah.
Fan, sir.
What?
Fan, pankha.
Fan. How many forces are there on fan? Only its weight, no? Okay. Electric tower. Maybe in first few lectures I have given example that electric tower. Okay, so how
Yes.
is that electric tower? The members are there. It is connected through members. Something like this. Maybe this one is this and something like this. So that members are something like this. It is in this way. Again, this to this, this to this, in this way. Okay. So all these members are there. Okay. Have you seen? And that end part is something like this. It is something like this over here, and that wire is just passing through like this. So whatever forces will be there on that members, each and every member means one of the part which is inclined. Okay, so whether that we will consider the any two or three or all members together, that forces will not come in one plane as well as it will not pass. All members we will consider togetherly. If you will consider any two, then it may fall under coplanar and concurrent. If you consider only any two members which are crossing to each other again, it may fall. Otherwise, we will take. You can study. You can give next lecture. We will see which will be familiar example as a like tripod. Tripod everybody has seen likewise. Okay. Let us see what here examples with the examples. Whatever force system. Have you noted down this slide? This slide is most important for your exam. Most important. These first two rows, two columns, this one and this one is most again important. First one and second one. Have you noted down this? Have you noted down?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then examples. So whatever concurrent, coplanar, same examples are given here again. Same examples, or it is shown by the diagrammatically how it is. So we have given example of collinear. How that collinear force is. How is non-collinear forces? Something like this. Concurrent, coplanar, concurrent. It is which is the type of plane? Suppose this I will give one force system. This one is one. Suppose. So there is a which type of plane? Rectangular plane we can say. Rectangular plane and force system is same shown. Coplanar, concurrent. Coplanar, concurrent in that way. Okay, so these are the examples. Only schematically it is shown how the system is. Okay. So it is just for your information how it is. Further, from tomorrow, the next lecture we will see this principle of transmissibility of forces. Up to this, for today we will stop. In chat box you can write your numbers so that I will note down. Anybody want to ask anything? Anybody are having problem? The thing which is not understood, etc. Just basics are going on. A core part is not still started. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please write your number in chat box and you can leave. Thank you very much for connecting. Shall we stop?